Hi, how's it going? Long time no see. Just been I've been gone for so long just because I've got work now. So I just basically work all day, come home and get me dinner. I don't have time to be going fishing. And when I do go fishing, it's a lot of coarse fishing. I haven't gone for pike in a long time. I haven't gone for perch. And I don't really want to do coarse fishing videos because I find them very boring to watch. As I tried to record one there, when is this going to go up? This is going to go up today. Today is Wednesday, so I tried to record one there on Monday. Got a nice bag of fish in that, but I found a way in between catching. Very boring to watch, and I don't want to like cut out anything there because I was doing a lot of talking. So yeah, but today I'm just going to go through my top 5 lures for perch. Not so-called like colours or like certain types, but more like top 5 types of lures, kind of way. I have 3 boxes in my perch bag, and I also have 3 pouches of soft baits. I'm just gonna go through it kind of fast, I suppose. I'm gonna go out perch fishing today, just to get a video out. I have a box here. We came with a few perch lures, a few cannibal shads and that. I use this box now as thermal tacker box. So I have my jig heads, my 3 gram jig heads, my 4 gram jig heads. I have weedless hooks in there. I have my drop shot gear. Very good to have a box like that. Right, so in no particular order, I'll open both of these boxes up. We'll have a look at my top number 5 at least. In no real order, I'm going to just pick out one that I think is a good type of bait. Is the T-tail minnow from Savage Gear. You can get them in multiple colours. That's motor oil. There's like a gold. I'll take them all out there real quick. I've one rigged with every colour. So I have this white bellied or white topped silver belly one. That's good for darker water. The green is very good for clear water. I have this red and white belly bleak here now as well. Or sorry, minnow. Very good. I actually enjoy using these baits just because of the tail, because they're a paddle tail, so they have a very like a thump in their tail. But my favourite colour is probably this. Cast this in the morning time or when it's really really dull out and there's a lovely silhouette off it. Even in sunny weather with this small sparkles in it, really like stands out in the water, even if the water is real murky. Another bait that's very similar to the T-tail minnow is the cannibal shads. You can get them in multiple different sizes. As you can see, that's a larger kind of size. That's probably the largest size I have in the cannibal shad for perch. In general, I don't really use cannibal shads for pike. There's the green version of it. I have this white and orange version. All of these are set up with a 5 gram jig head in them. And I have smaller versions as well with 4 gram jig heads in it. As you can see. This is a white body, kind of glow in the dark colours, if that makes sense. This is a silver and white with a red barbed hook. And then I have these off-brand, I forget their names. It says Relax on the side of them, but they're basically just paddle tails again. Very small. Bless me. Very small paddle on them. Good, probably the smaller of the paddles I have. And then I have just one more colour I have a load of paddle tails there. It's just not rigged. That's why I bring my jig heads. There's a like, kind of what the way I look at that. That's an ice cream. Like that just looks like an ice cream. They're cannibal shads. Very good bait. One bait if you're going to get into perch fishing that I'd really recommend is these coral teasers from Weston. This is bass orange. I found this colour amazing. But you can rig these in so many different ways. Like I have these all set up with different rigs. This is just on a 5 gram jig head. Great bait for open water. This is on a weedless 5 gram jig head. Great bait if you're throwing into weeds, you want a bit deeper in the weed. I have a weightless rigged one. It's a weightless weedless hook in it. And I have one set up with a jig head with spinnerbait arm on it. This is great for searching. This is a great searching bait. Like if you're going out and you're looking for perch, this bait I'd recommend. Just so you know, this weedless hook, they're hidden, as you can see. But as soon as the perch bites down, pushes through, you strike it, you have them, basically. Very good bait. Perch aren't shy. People think perch are shy, they nip at baits and that. They'll swallow your bait. There's no difference between that. They will just swallow your bait whole. Another paddle tail that is really... I've only recently bought them, but I think I see all the boys in Sweden using them a lot for perch. Is the Abu Garcia muck perch paddle tails. Kind of a bigger paddle tail, have to say, about 9 centimeters. This one's set up with a weedless hook so I can fish it in the weed because my river has gotten very weedy recently. Another one set up in a weedless hook, red head, white belly. Or sorry, red head, white body. Very good again. And then I have just the motor oil again, set up with a jig head. Only a small jig head, 3.5 gram jig head. Very good though. And then I obviously have the red, set up with a 3.5 gram jig head as well. Just to have kind of the weedless and the unweedless version of them. Another bait I have in the box, just some Berkeley, I think they're called Berkeley swimmers. Berkeley shad, basically just another shad. Silver body, silver belly, black kind of blue body with a blue and silver sparkle in it. I think it'd be good in the good looking in a kind of lighter water. A bait that I just touched on with the coral teasers with the spinnerbait arm. I have 2 more of them. I have a cannibal shad spinnerbait with a curly tail cannibal shad on it. Very good bait. And then I have a Daiwa Pro. I forget the name of it. Anyway, it's a Daiwa Pro. It's a Pro Rex. Daiwa Pro Rex. Pearl Ayu colour. Very good spinnerbait. 7 grams. So very light. All my baits don't go over 12 grams. My rod is a 7-foot Icon light spin rod. Throws from 2 to 12 grams. Very good rod for the money. I think I spent 35 quid on it and never had a problem with it. Very good rod. Another rod, and then I've that paired up with the Corman 3000 reel. Nice reel on it as well. With just 12 pound mono on it. Chameleon line, so it's kind of a brown line. Very hard to see in the water. It's quite good. I would throw braid on it, but right now just keep my mono for the time being. Anyway, for this, very good spinnerbait. Good for pike and perch, but I don't know. I've gotten a lot of follows on this by perch. I think it's just not in Ireland. Not a lot of people use actual spinner baits. So I think it's just kind of it's pulling perch out of weeds. It's just a new bait that they can follow now. What else do I have here now? I have some corum. There's kind of, I forget their name. I think they're called squims. Squim. But anyway, they're very buoyant baits, stand up in the water like that, and you just kind of bounce them along. I have that one set up with just a 3-gram jig head, just to have kind of like the lot of tail action. I have other ones set up here though, 7-gram jig head in that one. Lot more bent of a tail, but still kind of the same idea. All these are the natural coloured ones that you can get the fire tigers and stuff like that in this as well. And then this is set up with a 7-gram jig head again. Nice little tail action on it. I like this bait. I like these baits a lot. Never got a take on them though. They're very simple. They're more of a bass bait, I think, in America than they would be for perch over here. This is a mayfly from Savage Gear, 3D mayfly, I think. Just another creature bait. There's a lot of creature baits coming out now recently. This would be the mayfly. I have the craw here as well, set up with a weedless hook so I can bounce it through the weed. This is set up with like a 2-gram jig head, I think. Basically no weight to it at all. You can still throw it miles though. Yeah, so this is the another one that I just pulled out, the craws. There's a normal colour kind of craw. There's a more sparkly coloured craw. And then there's the supernatural colour craw. And then I have that paired up with a 7.5-gram jig head. This bait, right now, this bait is just, for me, it's just a bomb out and just check depths more than anything else. I don't really like that colour in it, the real natural colour. It's just never really like perfect for me. This one, the red, perfect for me though. Love that colour. Another thing I have now is a lot of like small curly tails, small twin tail baits. Had actually a good few takes on this bait. Twin tail bait. Just have a small jig head in it. Bring it through and 2 tails spin. You fish it very slow, very fast. Small, just curly tail. Few of these cannibal shads. Same colour patterns as I showed you earlier, so I'm not going to go through them again. Just with a curly tail version. I have these Berkeley small kind of shads for the drop shot. I have a small shad tease for the drop shot. And then I have the 2 more shads. That's more unnatural colour, that's more natural colour. Then I had a fire tiger, which is obviously unnatural. I have more gear for the drop shot, twin tails. This is the dying minnow from Savage Gear. Very good bait. There's a lot of action in the tail. That's how you get them out of the bottom of the water. And now I have the monster tease, I think it's called, twin tail. Oh, is it? It's a Weston anyway, I forget the name of it though. In it's very oh, I forget the name. It's in a highlight colour anyway. Very good bait. Good for the drop shot, you wouldn't really use it anywhere else though. That's most of my soft plastics now. Just in the pouches that I said I took out, I just have some more of the minnow, or the tea-tail minnows. And then I have just a packet of the motor oil. See the colour in the motor oil there now in the sun? Just the motor oil McPerch. And then I have the redhead McPerch as well. Just take out these small, I think everyone has these kinds of baits for perch. Spinner baits, or spinners I should say. I only have a few, very small selection of spinners now. That's a Mepps minnow spinner, I think it's called. Very small blades on it, just kind of a long spinner though. 5-gram spinner. Throw it out, bring it in. Spinners are so easy to use. Same with this Mepps 2 Comet. Yeah, everyone has used these, I think. If you're a fisherman, you've definitely thrown a Mepps spinner at least once in your life. The red spots, best spinner you can probably buy on the market. This is a deluxe quality. Found this inside of the bank. I think it's a trout spinner. It's so light. I think it's not even a gram of a spinner. Tail on it though, big fluff on the tail. Very small spinner though. Another spinner that most people actually wouldn't throw. This is a 7 gram spinner from Balzer, I think they're called. Very small, very unusual, like a black spinner. Like not a lot of people throw black spinners because there's not a flash off them. But I think it's an amazing bait all the same. It gives off a good silhouette. Like when it's going through the water like that, there's a shadow. Basically what fish see is a shadow on the bottom. And they'll look up then and they'll see the spinner. And they'll go for the spinner because it's going to give off a big shadow because it's black. And then there's the small markings on it, like a little tiger markings. Very nice. I like that spinner a lot actually. I know people don't usually throw it though. I have just some really small trout spoons in this for perch and trout and pike. This is a 2.5 gram spoon. This is another 2.5 gram spoon with a treble hook on it this time though. And then I have a 4 gram spoon here, gold, with a single hook. The next selection of baits I have are some small jerk baits. I have a Suffix. This is a Suffix Rapala. Like them, they did a like collaboration back like years ago. That's the brown trout colour in that. This is a Strike Pro, name might say on it. Strike Pro Abe Minnow 75 in bass colour. Some flash off that in the water, it's great colour. Another one I have, don't know what the brand is of this. Just a small, basically a minnow patterned jerk bait. Then I have obviously my bigger spoons here as well. My 7 gram silver. I have a 6 gram kind of, it's a hard colour to explain. I call it rudd colour. Basically it looks like a rudd in the water. 7 gram gold. And then I have an antique spoon here as well that I like to throw. My granddad gave it to me there a little while back. It spins in the water, so it's kind of different. Like another bait I have is an Abu Garcia rocket popper in chartreuse, purple chartreuse or something. Big feather on the back. This is for perch. I bought it for perch. You get pike take it though, obviously. This is top water for the perch. Thought it'd be cool if a perch come up in top water like that. It'd be amazing. Like. And this is probably my biggest perch bait I have in this box. Definitely is the Shakespeare S. This is the smallest version they do. It's only 7 grams, 8 grams of a jerk bait or of a crankbait. Very small bait, like, and you definitely still get perch to take it because of the fat. Because it's a fat body, like, but there's no weight in it at all. It's all made of wood and plastic stuff. And then my favourite of all time bait I've ever bought, the 3D Goby from Savage Gear. It's an amazing colour bait. Like, look at if you can see the detail on the bait. It's just next level. Another thing though with this bait, there's a lot of it's just a crankbait basically, so it dives real deep, 3.5 grams. You can get them in a lot of places. Like, buy a crankbait. As I said, it's hard to pick up my favourites now. Right, I got number 1 on these baits. Definitely Western Coral Tees. I'd pick this over any bait ever to throw. You can rig it in so many different ways. Weedless with a jig head, just jig head, spinner bait. Like, it's just a great bait to have in your box. You get them in multiple different colours. just I think the bass orange is my favourite colour personally, so that's why I like to throw. Next bait, I'd go with any kind of shad, from the tea-tail minnow to the cannibal shad to the perch to the Berkeley. It's your whatever shad you think will work best, whatever colour you think will work best, just go with that. Keeping it simple, buy a few spinners for your box, even a few maps that cost about 2 or 3 quid. You'll have perch on them, you'll have pike on them, great baits. And then you can then go up to like the €7 maps, bit longer, minnow on the back of them though. It looks like it's the minnow base. This imitates a minnow chasing smaller bait with a flash, so very good bait again. So that's 3. By 4th, buy yourself spoons, any kind of spoon, small spoons preferably. Trout spoons will only cost you about €2-3. You get them in about 2.5 grams to about 4 grams. You can pull perch out in them too. And I'm just going to try and get some hard baits, like crank baits, get some jerk baits. You'll always have fun throwing a jerk bait, throwing a crank bait. Even if you don't catch fish, just because how light your rod is, this is just your rod to be going like that still. You feel like you're fighting a fish when there's not even a fish on. So that's just real. It's real fun to throw and like fish with, like. But definitely, if you're starting perch fishing, get yourself some coral teasers, get yourself some paddle tails, and get yourself some either spinner baits or spinners. Why not both? Spinner baits are basically just a more modern version of a spinner. So get yourself whatever you think will work in your waters, because you don't know what will work. If you don't know what's going to work, just buy something, try it. If it doesn't work, keep it, because you never know, it might work a different day. A lot of baits I bought might not work one day, and then I could be pulling 50 fish on. I wish, but you know, you don't know until you try multiple times if the bait's going to be good or not. And don't throw a bait away ever. That's my, like, you bought the bait, keep the bait. You don't know when you'll need to use it. You could use it on a lake someday. You could use it because the water's too deep or water too murky. Just always have it around. But anyway, I'm gonna just pack up this stuff now, get ready, and go out for some small perch fishing adventure. Because I am itching to get out to catch a perch now today. I want to try out a few baits on the new water, because our water just flooded, so it'd be nice to try out and see what's working now for pike and perch. Because I go for when I go pike fishing, I throw baits only 50 gram to 150 gram basically, and my pike around here, there would be a lot of jack pikes, so using a small jerk bait, a small popper or that, you're going to pull out jack pike as well as perch. So bring wire traces for your perch rod. Bring your scourge, bring your pliers, because you will, if you're perch fishing, you're going to catch a pike or two while doing it. So yeah, so I'll keep you updated. I might just send this video up now, and then I'm gonna do a second video now today. If I'll put up another video if I catch anything. Otherwise, there's no real point, because it's very boring to watch just someone walk around catch nothing. So yeah, so I'll just end this off with a thank you.